It didn't snow much, just a little bit. It's minus 20 right now. And a cleanup from the other day. Not too bad. Sidewalk's slippery though. Oh my gosh, that's a lot of snow. Hello everybody, welcome to Power Ridge Homestead. Happy New Year to everybody, everybody that's watching. I hope you had a great time at Christmas and your New Year's is fantastic. So tonight we're just going to get back into the swing of things here on the farm. It's going to be chilly for the last couple days, minus 20, and we've probably got about maybe a foot of snow left right now. Hopefully it's going to warm up before the end of the week, but we'll see. So tonight we're making stew. It's a simple recipe that we can just throw in the oven and let it sit and stew for a little while and get all the meat nice and tender and add some veggies and some potatoes. It's a nice hearty meal for this kind of weather and this time of year. Let's get at it. So just to get started, what we did was we had some roast in the freezer before Christmas. It was on sale, so I thought I would go ahead and purchase some. And I just threw it in the freezer, so it's really easy to manage. So I just want to cut these into manageable pieces. Then we're going to start this stuff up in the cast iron pan. I like a stew that's a meat that's got some nice marbling through it, which really helps with the baking as well. So maybe cubes. You can do them smaller to your liking. I like them a little bit larger, so we're looking for something like this. So about 1 inch by 1 inch. Now hopefully we can get a moose this year, and I'll make some moose stew later on. That would be fantastic. For now, it's going to be beef. So I'll get this all cut up, and then we'll get frying some. Give it a nice color on the outside before we start it in the oven at very low temperature for a couple hours. Now when you if you have a piece like this, you can make it any size you want, like I say. So you can even cut this in half across the grain of the meat, and then cut it down in the middle. That's another reason why you don't need such a big piece of meat as well, because you are cutting it down. And you're going to put lots of vegetables in. We're going to use carrots and onions and mushrooms. We're going to add some beef broth to it while it's cooking. I picked up a spice mix, so I'm going to use that instead of making my own spices. Normally what I'll add is salt and pepper, Italian seasoning, oregano, basil, stuff like that, and then some sage, and whatever else I find in the cupboard. And you guys have seen my spice rack. It's pretty big. So we have a lot. But I'm not going to use that tonight because I found in my spice cupboard as well some pre-packaged spices. Now they are there's usually a little bit more salt in these, but that's okay. So in this case we're using Clubhouse beef stew. And this has spices and herbs, salt, garlic, caramel, sunflower oil. So not really herbs like what I like to use, but I'm going to use it anyways. So what we're going to start with is, let's get this started to cook. So what we're going to do is we're going to heat up the pan. I'm going to add just a little bit of oil, just so it doesn't stick. Heat all that up together. Got a spoon to stir it, and got some tongs to just to make sure that we're going to flip them in the get-go. So we want this to get hot. Stir that all around. Then we want to add our beef. I'm going to add this beef stew mix now, and then give it a stir. I like these ones. We've got one that we picked up as well that we found in the cupboard. Sloppy Joe mix. Get this all stirred up. And make sure that you got your spice mix all over. Okay. And then I'm just going to add some extra black pepper. I would say there's probably not much black pepper in this, but I like black pepper in this too. Alright, so we want to get some color on this beef. We're not looking to cook the beef in here, to get some color on it. So we want to make sure that they're against the pan. Like a single layer. Doesn't matter if they're squished a little bit together, that's fine. So there we go. Okay, I'm going to let that cook. Now I got to get these mushrooms cleaned up. Carrots, onions, and we'll go from there. Okay, so there we go. We've got some nice color on that now. I've got the oven preheating at 325. What I want to do is I want to add some liquid into this now. I don't have any beef broth that's ready in cans. If that's moving down to the farm, it's been a little bit slow getting all my canned stuff here. So, but what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add some beef broth. There we go. So this is just Campbell's, no salt added. Okay, and then we're going to give this a stir, and we're going to try and stir from the bottom so we can get all those nice little hard bits and font, what they call it, off the bottom of the pan. Now you can take a harder scraper if you want, or just use your spoon, use a metal spoon, however you want to use it. There we go. So we've got that. So I'm going to turn this off the stove right now and do the veggies. And then we're going to put it in the oven. But what I want to show you first, what I want to show you here is I've got some carrots, and I've got some kind of bendable carrots. They're a little bit old. They were in an older bag. So what I want to do is I'm saving all of my vegetables and their skins or whatever else I'm going to use. So I'm just going to take these carrots. I'm going to throw them in a Ziploc. I've already washed this knife from doing the meat. I leave on the skins on my carrots because I like the extra fiber. We're going to leave them chunky as well because they're going to cook for a long time. So we'll take these, take the ends. If I was going to peel these, then I would put the peels in the bag as well. In this case, I'm not. So what I'm doing is I'm saving all of these leftovers, the extra stuff, right? I'm going to throw that in a Ziploc bag, I'm going to throw it in the freezer, and then when I want to, and if I want to make some soup, then I'll have stuff ready that I can actually make a vegetable stock out of the freezer stuff. So we're going to do mushrooms to this also. I'm going to do them a bit chunky, because again, these are going to be sitting for a while. I love mushrooms in a stew as well. They soak up the flavor. I'm going to add these to the pot, get them in the liquid, and then I'll do my onions. And for the onions, we're going to do the same thing. Just going to take off the peels. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to save in my Ziploc bag all of the pieces that I'm peeling off. So what I find is the outer shell, including the skin. That's just going to go right in the bag. I have to look it up, but there is I think it's a mineral that's added that's in the skin of the onions. That's added when you use that, and it's great to use. Now you can just compost all of this stuff as well. Feed it your animals. If you've got the chickens will love this in the springtime when I get them. Again, I'm just taking the ones with the dry skin on them. I'm going to give these a quick chop. And they still will shrink once they start cooking. And these are just going to go right in the pot as well. Stir. And one thing I do want to add is I just want to add some bay leaves. So I bought a package of bay leaves, fresh ones, when we were down here the last time, just to our compliments. And I knew I wouldn't get through them all, so I've just let them dry. So I'm just going to add a couple of those into the pan. These back into the cupboard. A little bit of garlic powder. I don't have any fresh garlic down here yet. Alright, give it a stir. Get everything in there. How does that look? That looks great. Okay, so it goes on. Almost at 325. On solid, yep, and into the oven. Perfect. We're going to leave that in there for about 2 hours. We'll come and check it, make sure it's getting tender and how it's cooked, and we'll have to make sure, of course, that the meat is cooked, and then we'll go from there. So I'm going to clean up the dishes that I've got now, and then we'll see you in a couple hours. So for now, I'm just going to put this in the freezer now. This, you just keep adding to this as you go along. It's not just one meal. So if you want next week or next day, couple days, you have some more stuff for veggies, you just add them to the mix, and then we're just going to throw them in a pot of water, make some veggie broth, And then you can make soup, you can add it to whatever you want. And then it's a quick and simple way. But I'll just throw these in the freezer for now. Super. Okay, welcome back, folks. This has been actually in the oven for about 4.5 hours. I put potatoes in partway through the cooking, and just now I've added some thickening to make a nice little gravy out of it. All right, so let's see what we got. Okay, let's pick out the bay leaves. We don't need those. There's one more in there somewhere. Gives us a bit of gravy here too. There we go. What do you think? Not bad, eh? Oh, it smells good too. Okay, well let Cecil try it and see what he thinks.
Do I need salt or anything? Or we good?
You might need salt. Oh, hang on, if you're going to try it like that, we'll get a picture of this.
Oh, the meat's just falling apart. What are you doing?
Taking your picture.
The meat is just falling apart.
What's the flavor? Yeah?
It's a really good stew that's been cooking a long time. No, there is a difference. You can do a quick stew or you can do a really nice stew.
Okay.
This is a really nice stew.
This is a really nice stew. Okay. So does it need salt?
Well, for me it does. I gotta put a little bit in.
A little bit of salt, maybe some pepper?
No, no pepper.
No? No
Just a
pepper?
little bit
Good.
of salt.
Okay.
That's it.
There you go.
Fabulous. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Super. Oh, that's really good.
All right, folks. Thanks very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Power Ridge Homestead. We'll see you soon.